Thank you guys for tuning in to Teaching for the Culture. And this is your host, Bianca Goolsby. And I'm here to report an issue that's taking place in our community. And as you know, I'm a community reporter, and videos were sent to me of an altercation that took place yesterday. And the video, I'm going to insert it here. The video is just very sad and traumatizing to see the conduct of what's taking place. And I have here the mom of the children. One of the children involved in the incident was actually in the hospital because of this incident. And she wants to raise awareness of what's taking place and how we can, better support our children and how we can, change this around because our kids are getting hurt. How are you, Miss Hicks?
Oh, I'm hanging in there. I'm just trying to see what all I have to do to deal with this situation that took place. I want to, whatever I have to do, whatever charges I need to bring, press, whatever I'm doing it because these were grown women from the ages of 17 to maybe like 23 years old. After fighting 12, 13, and 14 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, for what? You can't tell me for what. You don't know for what. My kids don't even know why y'all jumped out the car on them. Y'all parked and waited for them to come to the park to start all of this. And it makes no sense. And then one of the mothers that all of this is going on behind, you're running around out there hitting kids with a tire jack. Really? Like, how can you even put, I don't even know how to put it in words. How can you even bring yourself to hit a child with a car jack? And you have kids the same age as they do. I don't understand that.
It's sad. So catch people up to speed. So they've seen the video, but what happened?
Okay, long story short, my kids pretty much had just got home. They had probably been home about 30 minutes from school. This is just how fast all of this took place. They came home. They got home probably like 5:40, 5:45, something like that, off of the school bus. Came home. They asked, can they go to the park? I told them, yeah, but you need to do your chores first. Took them about a good 10, 15 minutes because they did everything pretty much the night before. So it was just pretty much a tighten up before you go outside. They hadn't even made it to the park. They would been going out the house maybe a good 3-5 minutes. We stay like 3 blocks from the park. And my daughter was calling me, but I was on the other end of the house. So I missed her first phone call because it just called one time and hung up. First, I was just thinking she probably just missed, wasn't trying to call me, teenagers. She hung up because it rang one time. But then she called me again. And so by the time I got to the phone, it hung up. Calling her back, I'm not getting an answer. So when I did call back, all I hear is like commotion. So now it's only been like maybe 10 minutes now since they've been gone from home. I immediately grab my car keys, jump in the car, and go to the park. By the time I pull up, all I see is this grown man. He's pushing. He's hitting these kids. This lady is running around with a tire jack. The other kids are fighting my kids and some of their friends because their friends was in the park. So they ran out of the park to help them fight. As you can see in the video, it was one of the little girls with the braids and the red shirt. That was one of my kids' friends. She came out of the park to help them fight. It was just like, because they're walking down the street, you start asking them questions about something that they had nothing to do with. And they telling you, well, go ask that person because we don't know. We didn't have anything to do with it. They kept walking. You don't like the answers that you're getting. So all of y'all jump out the car and start following them. They didn't never make it to their destination because y'all stopped them and started stuff with them and then jumped on them.
Wow.
And it escalated from there. By the time I got there, all I see is like the last, probably maybe like one of the last videos of them in the road.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look in the background of the picture, you in the video, you can see me pulling up. I'm in a black Buick, so you can see me. I parked next to the white car. So I'm just like, what is going on? I'm trying to find my kids. I'm looking around like, so my kids are running up to me. They're like, Mom, she just was out here swinging the tire iron at us. She was trying to hit us with it. I'm like, are you trying to hit these kids with this? Like, what are you doing? So
Right.
I'm going around the car. By the time I get around my car, the dude that's in the white shirt, he starts telling her, get in the car, get in the car. It's more of them coming. Get in the car. So he starts pushing her in the car, and I'm telling her, no, you need to get out and talk to me. You just hit my child in the back of the head with this freaking tire jack iron that you have. She wouldn't get
Mm-hmm.
out the car. At this time is in one of the videos where my daughter, that's just my daughter that has got hit and is on top of the car. The girls are like hitting the car, get out the car. Why you jumped in the car? There's nothing in front of you. You trying to tell the police that this was an accident. You didn't mean to do this. An accident, if when you see something, you hit something, you stop to see what you hit. This is
Mm-hmm.
broad daylight. Video clearly shows you turned your wheel. You hit the gas and you went in the direction that the girls was in. You
Mm.
bumped my daughter, so she had no alternative but to jump on the car so you wouldn't run her completely over. You hit her so hard to the point to where when she had to jump to the car, your windshield broke. You drove a good distance, doing about 50 just on the gas. Stop
Wow.
real hard on the brakes. My daughter goes flying off of the car, hits the curb, busts open the back of her head. She's bleeding everywhere. Instead of you stopping to see, was she okay, you zoomed around her, you went home, you stayed there for about a good 10 minutes because now I have my child. I done put my child in the car. We got back in the car, came home. I called the ambulance and the police. We stayed literally 3 blocks from the park because it was just couldn't get in or out because everybody's in the road trying to see what's going on. I got
Mm-hmm.
her, came home, called the ambulance. When I get back to the scene, this lady is sitting in her car with a newborn baby that you just went and got. I don't know who baby it was because when all of this was going on, there was no baby on the scene in none of these videos. But you saying this was accidental, you didn't mean to do this, all of this type of stuff. These are grown women
Wow.
that you brought to this fight. They're your family member, your friends. My kids do not know these people. I do not know these people. Only one I don't even know her name. It's the one in the red dress. And that's only because her daughter and my daughter had a fight months ago. And the only thing I can think of, this is retaliation for that because you kept saying, I'm gonna get you, we're gonna get you, we're gonna get you, you're gonna get what's coming to you. And I guess this is what was coming to them.
Mm.
So
Wow.
imagine me being a mother standing in the middle of the road. I'm trying to talk to you. You jump in your car and you pull off. You hit my child, and all I can do is stand there helpless with my child on the roof of your car, and my child is looking at me. I'm looking at her, and I have no way of helping her at this time because you're flying down the road with her on your car. There was no
Mm.
slow down to try to let her even get off the car, and then you go. No, you hit it. You did what you did because that's what you was intending to do. There was no accident about it. My daughter has 8 to 10 staples in the back of her head. Her
Jesus.
back and shoulders are bruised and skinned up from her sliding across the concrete, from you stopping and slamming on brakes, and she went flying off of the car. Her hands, her feet, her legs, her knees, from where you hit her with the car, are banged and bruised up. She's 14. she's a tough little cookie, but at the same time, she's trying to play like it's not bothering her. And I know my child. My child is kind of traumatized by this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like, mommy, I'm okay. I'm okay. But you only saying you're okay because you don't want mama to worry about you. But me being a
Yeah.
mom, I'm going to worry anyways.
Right.
And I just don't understand it. You can't expect me to believe that this was an accident, that you didn't mean to do this. And I'm
Right.
standing right there looking at you. Put your car in gear. I'm beating on your window for you to get out the car and talk to me. And you turn your wheel and you hit the gas and you drove into the kids.
Mm.
That's no accident.
Right.
It was no accident when y'all parked your car and sat there and waited for my kids to come to this bus stop. Welcome to the park for y'all to fight them. I know people probably were like, well, how did they know they was coming? Her child goes to school with my kids. So you know what time they get out of school. You know what time they get off of the bus. You know they go to the park every day because that's the only like where we stay at really thing for them to do, because it's a community center, it's a park, all the kids in the neighborhood. That's where everybody meets up at the park right there. You know this. Y'all were trespassed from the park. That's why y'all didn't let them get in the park in order to start something with them, or y'all wasn't parked in the parking lot, or in the, just in the vicinity in the park period, inside of the fence. Y'all y'all stopped them before they got to the park, and y'all started with them, and y'all jumped out, these grown women, teenage women, and jumped on them. And in the results of this, one of my child ends up badly hurt and had to go to the hospital. We didn't get home we got there probably like 6:45, because she went ahead of me in the ambulance, and I talked to the police and then I went.
Mm-hmm.
So we were there all that time until like 2:00 this morning. And I'm just like, something has to be done, because I can't let her get away with this. Ain't no
Yeah.
telling how many, and she praises her daughter for everything that she does. They're the type of people that think they're better than everybody. Because I wear the newest name brand Jordans, or I wear the newest Calvin Klein this, or True Religion. That's all she talks about. And you tell my kids, oh, y'all not nothing. We're better than y'all. My daughter got better grades than y'all. She looks better than y'all. You're a grown woman. Why are you out there antagonizing a fight between kids? Instead of
Right.
being responsible and trying to break it up, diffuse the problem, because you can't say that's what you were doing. Because you have my phone number. You know these are my kids. Because when I start to you tell me, no, 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 no. They just left my house. And I had to tell her, no, you're lying. My kids just left out the house. They ain't even been gone from home 5 minutes. From my house to your house, walking distance, it's like about 10, 15 minutes. So they ain't even
Wow.
been out the house 5 minutes. How did they make it to your house and back to the park, and they're walking? There's no way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand this. And she's going to have to explain it to me better than what she's explaining it to me. Because right now, my understanding is zero. You
Yeah.
hit my child. You threw her off where you're going. You had a tire jack in your hand, hitting these kids with it. And on top of that, you
Mm-hmm.
brung a crowd of grown women to fight little girls. I don't know what else to say about it. Like,
It's
you
sad.
are scum.
And
You are weak.
it's real sad, and I'm so sorry that this is happening to your daughter. And I know that she just got out of the hospital. But how is she doing?
She's up, she's walking, she's trying to walk around, but her body is just so sore. So I keep telling her,
Mm.
she just got out of sat down in the hot tub and soaked and stuff. But I have to tell her, get up, move around some so your body won't, completely tense up and lock up on you, because
Mm-hmm.
you getting pulled everywhere. You ain't got slung from a car. You all kind of banged up. So, try to, if you can move, get up and move around a little bit. But it done got to the point now, I don't even want my kids outside.
Yeah,
And my
I can
kids shouldn't feel
understand
like
that.
they have to stay hindered to their rooms or just in front of their door where they stay at, just to make sure nothing happens to them like this again.
Mm-hmm.
That is no way for a child to have to live their childhood when they want to hang out and walk around and just go down the street to their friend's house or stand outside and talk to their friends and not worry about a gang of grown women riding past and starting something with them again.
Yeah.
I don't understand that.
So what would you like to happen? I know that we talked off air and you said that, you filed a police report and the police are investigating this, but like what awareness do you think that this situation could bring forward to change the narrative and make it a better conversation for like what's happening here in Tampa?
I think more parents need to be involved in diffusing the problem and not being a part of the problem,
Mm-hmm.
because she was clearly a part of the problem. She was not trying to diffuse it.
Yeah.
So if I'm a parent and I come to you, I give you my name, my number, my address. If you have any problems with my kids, to my kids trying to bully your daughter, anything, please come to me. I will handle my kids. I'm not a
Mm-hmm.
type of mother that lets stuff like that slide. I'm not like that. So if I can come to you and tell you this, and you have all this information, and you know who I am when you immediately see me,
Mm-hmm.
that's a problem. Because I feel like you're not trying to help the problem. You're just creating to it. You're just adding on
Yeah.
to it and making more and more out of nothing. Because what are they fighting for? My kids don't even know why y'all jumped out on them. Why y'all even started
Wow.
with them.
Yeah.
They're still lost. They're still trying to figure that part out. Like what really happened, what going on.
Yeah.
I'm going to press charges. I want the police to do their job. I want everybody that was involved in this to have criminal charges pressed against them, especially this grown man and this woman who hit my child.
Yeah.
Because you have a grown man in the midst of this that's just hitting these little girls and pushing them down and throwing them around, and they not doing is, and everybody's recording. Nobody's trying to stop. It's like you have a few people that was out there trying to stop it, but I guess it's just so many of them out there fighting and not enough people to try to help break it up. So you break up one fight over here, it's another fight going on over here. You break that fight up, it's two more fights going on down here. So it was like it was more people fighting than and recording than people actually trying to stop the fight and break it up. Us being
Yeah.
community as a community, and you're trying to build the community around something, I believe everyone, if you seeing something like that going on, try to break it up, try to diffuse the problem as much as possible. Let kids be kids. You grown people are getting involved in kids, and kids matter, and that's what makes everything escalate. Because now you have other grown people that want to get involved, that want to retaliate against you because, oh, you hurt my sister, or oh, you hurt my niece. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like their understanding is zero. So, and that's with any family. So, in order to not to have another killing, another shooting, or another big brawl like this here, why not parents get together? Like have I've been trying to do with this little girl's mom. I even when my kids got into it with her daughter once before. Can you come to even the school, because it happened in school one time? Can you come to the school so we can sit down and talk about this? She didn't want to do that. She don't
Mm.
want to talk about it. She don't want to have the time to mediate nothing. I don't have time for that. I have to work. That's her solution to everything. So, and now it's just keep going on and on and on, and it's a problem. You can't build around it. You can't have one parent trying to de-escalate it and keep her kids under control, because my kids only going to stay under control to a certain extent. So now you pushing them to the point to where they have to fight. They have to defend themselves. So now I can't even let them go outside and just to go outside to the park to go freaking play, because they're worried about if somebody else that they don't know on your side of the family is going to run up on them and trying to fight them, try to do something else to them.
Right.
So do I have to go literally and sit at the park with my 14-year-old and watch her run around with her friends? Like, I shouldn't have to do that. They should be able to move freely without worried about if some more grown people going to come and jump on them.
Yeah.
And if you're not trying to help the situation, why are you even out there being in the midst of it? You're just adding on to it. And you're grown. You're not a child. You're grown. So I felt like you should have been more of, y'all stop this, break this up. But you can't even do that because these are your people that you brung to start this fight. So you're with your people. And my 3 girls, 2 of them are 14 and the other one is 12. They had to stand their ground and fight. I mean, they had to fight grown women. Why?
Yeah.
And y'all
so when
can't
I saw
even
that thing in her hand, I said, wow, I can't believe she had that in her hand.
Every video, she has it in her hand, but she's trying to tell the police, I had it one time and I just grabbed it so they can get off of me. No video have you been recorded in where you were actually fighting. You're just running up on the kids fighting with this jack in your hand, hitting him with it. You're not trying to break anything up. You're just adding on to the problem. Why? And I have come to you as a woman, as a mother. Here's my name. Here's my number. You know where I stay at. If you have anything, if you can't reach me, you have to go through the school. Do that. If you need to, I am that type of mom.
Yeah.
I want to try to get to the root of the problem. I don't want my child to feel unsafe. Neither do I want her child to feel unsafe. So if you can't do that, now it's this. What more can go on?
Yeah. And I just thank you for, spending some time with Teachers for the Culture and talking about this. And, this is the Bridge Awareness community. We need to pull together and we have to stop with this type of violence and foolishness that's taking place. And if you see something, you have to say something. And the problem that I personally have is that there was grown men that was recording and also involved with what was taking place. And they need to equally be held accountable as well, because that is inappropriate conduct. You should not be touching young women like that, grabbing, pulling their hair. And the fact is, there were some men, the commentary on the background came from men's voices actually holding the phone and recording the videos, and that's disgusting. And we got to move away from recording the issue and trying to come with resolutions.
This one man in one of the videos, he clearly grabs my daughter, where she's only like 110 pounds. You grab her and you toss her like she's another grown man. You sling her like maybe 10 feet how far you slung her. Wow. That's a lot of weight being from a grown man slinging a little child.
Yeah.
You make about 5 of her. How small she is. I don't understand. And you can't say you was trying to break it up. You was trying to stop it. I don't understand that. That's not how you break up a fight. That's not how you de-escalate it.
Yeah.
If you out there hooping and hollering and rah, 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 this and rah, rah. Nobody's never going to get to the end of anything. And I know some
Mm-hmm.
people may say, well, the mama didn't do anything. Oh, I pulled up. I was trying to figure out what was going on. But I have so many people coming at me at one time trying to explain to me what's going on, and plus my kids. So, but all I hear is, Mom, she hit me with that tire iron. And it's just like, did you really just hit my baby with that?
Mm.
You got to do better.
Yeah. So this is a call to action, community. We have to do better. And so this situation, I hope, bridges awareness that, hey, these incidences are taking place. This is not the only brawl that took place in Tampa with our children. Yesterday, there was another school that was involved with, something very similar, except for, a child wasn't sent to the hospital because somebody decided to run them over with a car. That's new. Never heard anything like that before. That's extreme. And I am going to be checking in with you, making sure that, your children are all right, that your family's all right, and that the police are investigating it, and that, the school will have support system in place for your children. So when they return back to school after spring break, they have the resources that they need and the protection that they need. So that way this is not an ongoing battle to the end of the school year.
Yes. And I thank you for reaching out for me and making my story, listening to my story and letting people know so they can hear exactly what happened. Because from a video, if you wasn't there and you don't know it, you're just assuming this and assuming that until you get the full story of, now you understand clips of the video a lot better when you go back and look at it once you hear how everything goes down and how I explain everything. And I really
I
thank you.
appreciate you. Yeah, absolutely. And I appreciate you for, being willing to, tell your story. I know this is uncomfortable. I know that this is very traumatic for your family. So just thank
Yes,
you
it
for
is.
spending time with us. And thank you for tuning in to Teaching for the Culture. And again, this is your host, Bianca Goolsby. And if you see something, say something. Let's change the gap. Let's be better humans to each other. And if you have any other incidences like this taking place, please give us a call at 813-400-3311.